Welcome to my mother, my story.
Thank you po. Thank you for having me.
A friend of mine called me. Sabi niya, ano nga uli ang title ni EJ Obiena? Sabi ko, anong title? Wala. No, but can you give him a title? Sabi niya, Pambansang Boyfriend.
Here we go again.
How do you react? I mean, I think the whole country is just so in love with you.
I hope it's for the good.
It is.
As long as it's in the positive side, I think I'll take it. I'll take it.
And I think it's also a testament of how much you're liked by our countrymen.
What makes me me? Kung paano ako lumaki, saan ako lumaki, paano ako pinalaki. That's how I approach life.
Yung part na yon na nagawa niya para sa atin, it is one milestone that maybe I would say the family have brought for this country, and it couldn't be erased.
Hi, I'm EJ Obiena, and my mother is Maria Jeanette Obiena, and this is my story.
5, 4, 3, 2!
Ang tatay mo, si Emerson, was your first coach, at madalas, inilalarawan mo siya bilang isang superhero. If your father is your superhero, ang nanay mong si Jeanette ay ano?
I think still a superhero, but more in a real life sense po. If when I explain that my dad is parang superhero siya po yung tinitingala ko, it's more like yung mga Marvel, DC Comics kind of style po. Because you see him, when I was young, he was jumping, pole vaulting. It's really amazing to see. And you know, as much as kids doesn't want to admit it, we look up to our parents.
Okay.
And with that po, he is like the Marvel Comics superhero. But my mom is more like the real human heroes. Like, you know, the people that take care of you, that really gives their time. You know, we have that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, your dad won a silver
Yes.
in the SEA Games. Pole vaulter.
Yes po.
Ang mom ay hurdler.
Yes po.
Kumusta ang pagkakaroon ng mga atleta bilang magulang?
Good and bad. Good and bad.
Let's
Like
start
anything.
with the good.
The good, you know, they already went through that path. So, nadaanan na po nila, so may experience po sila. They can walk you through it. They know the ins and outs. So, with that, it's a good thing. The bad thing is, they're also athletes. They have recognitions. There's a shadow cast over you. You know, as a guy who has an Obiena as a last name, they expect me to dominate the event at such a young age. And everybody knew what my dad or who he was. And also, of course, you know, there are blurred lines. Having your dad as a coach, there are things po na like your dad can say that the coach can't, and there's things that the coach can't say that the dad can.
Explain that.
You know, your coach can be very rough. Like, he can tell you you're nothing. He can say that to you and take it as a coach. It's a different impact. But when a parent says that you are nothing, it's different, right? It's like, it gives you this certain emptiness. Like, it's different. When a parent says you're not good enough, it's like a definition of
Tagus.
yourself. Yeah. Iba po eh. Like,
Pero
there's a
nasabihan
way.
ka as a coach.
Never about my athletics naman po. It's different. It's a totally different thing. We used to, this place, I used to spend really late nights here.
Dito sa Ulsa.
Yeah. Pag masama po yung ensayo, natapos ng hindi maayos, pag uwi sa bahay, yun pa rin yung pag-uusapan. Pag iba yung coach mo, pagkatapos ng ensayo, that's done.
I get that. 1995, tatay mo nasa SEA Games. I think he was competing. Nagkasakit ka, nagsusuka ka, pero hindi pinaalam ng mami mo that you were sick. I am referring to that story dahil may ugali ba ang mom mo na pag may problema, hindi niya sinasabi sa'yo dahil ayaw niyang ma-distract ka?
Yes, meron po. Pero Basta ako na po nanay ko.
Alam mo na.
I know when she's doing that po. So, I think natutunan ko rin po yun sa kanya. So, ngayon, may ganun rin po akong, like, I don't want them to worry. For example,
Hindi mo rin sinasabi.
yes po, not in a bad way. It's more of, ayoko silang mag-alala, lalo na kung hindi naman kailangan.
Kumusta nung baby ho ito?
Very hyperactive.
Talaga? As in, takbo ng takbo?
Yes po. No, kasi wala kaming magbabantay. So kasama ko yan sa pag nagtitrain yung dad niya sa Rizal. So pag pumasok siya ng Rizal Memorial, the grass there, tatakbuhin niya talaga yan. And di po ba yung mga grass, meron niyang maliit na, parang tumutubong maliit na flower white,
puti.
diba? Kukunin niya yon. Tapos habang nangunguha siya, malayong mararating niya, babalik yan siya sa'yo, sasabihin niya, Mami na. It means marami na, kasi medyo bulol pa siya eh.
Mami na. Napalo niyo ho yan?
Marami.
Madami, napaluhod ko pa rin po yan sa asin at saka
talaga?
sa mundo na nagawa sa kanya.
Makulit din po kasi naman ako.
Nung lumaki talaga si EJ sa Tondo, pati si Emily,
Yes po.
do you remember your friends? Yung bata ka pa?
Yeah.
Talaga? Anong mga nilalaro nyo?
Ito yung trumpo. Yung trumpo, totoo, like, bawal kami lumabas. So doon lang kami sa loob ng bahay magtutrumpo. Kasi ayaw nila na lumalabas kami.
Okay.
Then yun, yung mga kaibigan ko sa Lagubang po, yung
Sa Lagubang?
yung dinidikit back to back, tapos pinagre-wrestling. Yun po.
Yun.
Tuwang-tuwa ka na doon.
Yeah, imagine, parang now thinking back, parang, wow, life has been good, you know? I would say.
Iba na yun.
Yeah, iba na.
What are your thoughts now na your son is one of the top pole vaulters in the world?
Well, one, I would say that what EJ have done is really one thing that make our flag there outside. This sport is not known before. Walang nakakakilala, but now, if you see it in even European circuit because of him, our flag was there. Yung part na yon na nagawa niya para sa atin, it is one milestone that maybe I would say the family have brought for this country, and it couldn't be erased. Diba? It couldn't be erased. It was there. It's a history that has been made, and I'm very thankful for everybody who have helped him to reach that part.
2017, nagkaroon ka ng injury. Bakit hindi ka sumuko?
Doon po talaga na pumasok yung gusto ko ba talaga yung ginagawa ko? What does it mean to be an Olympian?
That big controversy happened with PATAFA.
I also received a letter from PATAFA accusing me of de facto stealing.
Handa raw siyang humarap sa korte para linisin ang pangalan niya at kanyang pamilya.
There were recommendations to file charges against you and your mom.
You know, leading up to that, our relationship kind of took a toll. I was saying, binibenta mo ko eh. Yun!
2017, nagkaroon ka ng injury. Naalala ko yung kwento na kung masusunod lang ang gusto ng mga magulang mo, ayaw na nila. But you decided to go for it. At ayaw mong huminto. Bakit hindi ka sumuko?
And there was that 6-month time of recovery with my ACL. Really helped me po talaga to digest everything that's happening. Doon po talaga na pumasok yung gusto ko ba talaga yung ginagawa ko? Ano ba ang pole vault para sa akin? What is this actually? Do I love it? Do I really want to risk my future for this? What does it mean to be an Olympian? All of these things, you know, like it clouded my judgment, and come that day that I'll hate myself if I don't even try. But yeah, I was expecting my parents to be with me, but they've seen their fair share of, you know, failures that I've taken and injuries.
Yeah, they were athletes.
Yeah.
And they were coming from a space of love.
Yes.
So you saw the point of your parents.
I
But
did,
you went
I did.
through that process and still came up with the decision, hindi, lalaban pa rin ako.
So, I remember, I think I kakauwi ko lang po galing UST that time. My dad was sitting dun sa parang sofa po. My mom was in the malapit sa bedroom. I remember it very vividly because so I was hoping my dad would be on my side. So I was like I think I'm gonna take a leave of absence. I'm gonna try to pursue this, and I'm going all the way. My dad was the first one to say, "Sorry, bakit?" And he used some rough words, of course. It's very expressive, you know, that disappointment with my decision. Because I have a scholarship in UST. I've signed a 5-year scholarship. So I'll be done, you know. Pole vaulting was a means to an end. In the beginning, it wasn't like I loved it or I did love it, but it was like a way for me to get a scholarship. So I didn't expect that reaction from my dad. And then I was a bit surprised with my mom. You do what you want to do.
Sabi
You're
ng
here.
mama mo.
Yes po. I can see that she was not happy about it, but I think naintindihan po niya na hindi niya rin ako mapipigilan. Like I saw that in her face that she was not exactly happy with my decision, but she respected me enough and she understood that this is something that I really need to do. So, yeah, the conversation was a bit rough and I need to assure them, you know, that my feet are still grounded. And I said, 2 years, give me 2 years. If in 2019, 2020, I don't become an Olympian, I'm done.
Nung mga first time na nag-abroad na, nag-training, gaano kahirap yun, Mami? Na napawalay na sa inyo si EJ?
The first kasi na umalis siya, it is with his dad. So kasama niya si papa niya doon for 3 weeks, 2 months,
2 months,
sama
2 months.
ganyan. Tapos bumabalik ulit si dad niya kasama niya. Kaya nako-continue yung training here. Pagkatapos po, nung unang-unang alis niya talaga na siya lang, yun yung medyo, ano na kami kasi, siya lang mag-isa, hindi rin namin alam how was it kung pag siya na lang nandoon. Kaya medyo kabado ka. Lalo na nung nagkasakit siya doon, na nalaman namin may sakit siya, na COVID kasi siya doon eh. So nung na-COVID siya, di ba lockdown dito sa atin, walang pagkain na makakapagdala. So natawagan ko na ultimo yung physio niya to ask kung kamusta siya. Kasi nga hindi namin alam kung paano siya papakainin. Eh si coach, syempre may edad na. So yun yung part na medyo ano kami, kaya kahit gabi, kasi di ba iba yung ating time zone. So kahit gabi na, hindi na mamatay ang phone ko. It's 24/7 on. Kasi gusto ko malaman na pag binigay sa akin na, si Nico kasi yung name niya, we ordered food, it's already there, and he's fine now, gano'n.
You didn't get a medal in the 2024 Olympics sa Paris. Sabi ng mom mo, pick up the pieces, learn from it, and move on. At ito rin yung parati niyang sinasabi sa mga batang atleta na kanyang kino-coach, tinuturuan. Anong dating sa'yo nun?
She knows me more than anyone else. And yeah, and that's what I did. You know, I put emotion, I carved it out, remove emotion, then think, what happened? Why? What could have I changed to make it better? She raised me good enough to know that that's the right thing to do.
When you're about to run, isa ka dun sa mga top pole vaulters na hindi masyado matagal. Hindi masyado matagal. Nagdadasal ka.
Yes po. Not before I jump, but before I compete po. Of course.
Not there, but before you compete.
Yes po. So my belief is I need to be ready. God will give the opportunity. I need to grab it. So all I ask is give me the strength to grab this opportunity. And ganun po yung mindset ko kasi as an athlete po, it's not that I can't depend on God, but I shouldn't. I need to believe in my work, you know, in my craft, in my efforts rin po. And in God willing, He'll show that opportunity for me and I'll be ready to grab it. That's how I see my faith po in God.
Yung nasa taas ka sa ere, you know, I think that's one of the loveliest moments.
If you make the bar, yes.
If you make the bar, yes, okay. Let's talk about those moments. Pag halimbawa na-clear mo yung height na yon, describe to me that, what are you thinking? What is that feeling like?
Goosebumps. Success, bliss, really. Especially pag yung height po, something you've never achieved. Kumbaga, this is the moment you're really, literally reaching new heights. Once na-clear niyo po yun, then you see it, bago pa kayo. If you see my photos, most of the time I look to my right. Most of my photos, before I land, I look to my right. Because yung coach ko po, nandun po.
Okay.
Then before I even fall, I can celebrate. You know, because you can see if you hit it or not. That moment of pure adrenaline, pure bliss, it's hard to put into an exact word. It's just successful. The moment you achieve something successfully, it's that feeling po. And then that free fall gives you the adrenaline. It's a beautiful thing po.
Boto ho kayo kay Caroline. Excited ka, Mami, magkaroon ng apo?
Yes, of course.
Oo. Nagpunta ka sa studio, sa Fast Talk, tuwang-tuwa kami. Kasi lahat ng kasama mo, mga babae. You're surrounded by very strong
That's true.
and very decent women.
Yes.
Lola was there,
My aunt.
your tita was there, mom was there. Lahat mga kababaihan. How does it affect you and how has this shaped you as a man?
I guess I have a very good perspective of the other side of the gender.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until you made me aware of it now.
And very present.
Yes,
They were
po.
there. And I personally loved it, watching
Thank you.
Lola.
My Lola would love this for sure.
It was quite really interesting. Nakita mo yung relasyon ng dad at mom mo. Nakita mo kung paano tinatrato ng dad mo ang mom mo. What is it telling you as a young man who one day is going to be a husband and who is going to be a father?
I think I can be better. Of course, no relationship is perfect and I don't want to discuss that in
course.
any shape or form. But yeah, my mom is a strong, really strong woman, and my dad is a very respectable man. But they're not perfect, and I think I've learned from that. I could be better for sure, and that's what I plan, to learn from their mistakes and learn from their guidance.
Kailan ka unang nagka-girlfriend?
I'm college na po.
High school, wala. Ayaw, mami. Strict ka doon.
The way na, hindi naman ganun ka-strict, pero ang ano kasi sa kanya, ang gusto ko kasi makatapos siya. Yan yung point ko sa kanya.
Hindi daw strict, pero hindi po ako nakapag-prom.
Bakit?
May
May
klaro naman boss.
competition.
The next day.
The next day, may competition. So, kasi sa competition, hindi siya pwede mapuyat para magkaroon siya ng magandang performance, diba? So, hindi
Baka
siya
naman ayaw mo lang
nakapag-prom.
magkaroon ng date.
Exactly.
Alam na niya yung pagka hindi ko type yung girl. Sasabihin ko yun sa kanya na,
Maliit?
Maliit siya, hindi babagay sa'yo. Or, mas maganda to kaysa dito.
Kwento mo na yung... Sa college po, may dinala po akong girl. Gusto po, she's nice, very strong, beautiful, but very short. Very short.
Okay.
Sabi ng nanay, mataas yung ihi daw. I can remember joking. Sabi, paano naging mataas liit-liit na? Paano magiging mataas yung,
Ibig sabihin mayabang.
Yes po, pero
Ba't mo naman, mami, siniraan ka agad?
Kasi, medyo maliit siya talaga kasi. Pero sabi nga niya, after nung umalis siya,
Kawawa naman.
sabi niya, Ma'am, mabait siya. Ganun, yung explain niya sa akin, mabait siya. Yung tulungan niya ako, nag-guide siya sa akin. Pero para sa akin kasi hindi pa yun yung time eh. Sa lahat naman siguro ng magulang, ang bata, hindi natin siya gusto kaagad na mawalay sa'yo, diba? Kami, iilan lang sila. So ang ano ko sa kanila talaga parang hindi pa pwedeng pakawalan. Parang gano'n.
That's true. Mami, nung unang pinakilala si Caroline ni EJ, ano yung una mong, may instinctive reaction ka?
Ang pinakauna ko doon is gusto ko makita kung ano yung itsura talaga. And at the same time, how tall, how short, yun
Okay.
yun. Bakit ito yung nakuha niya? Yun yung una sa mind namin. Pero nung pinakilala niya, mabait kasi naman siya.
Oh.
Mabait
Dahil kung
siya.
hindi, sasabihin mo naman, ano yan?
Yes. Pero mabait po siya.
Okay. Boto ho kayo kay Caroline.
So far, yes. Sa nakakasama namin siya, diba? Mabait siya. He takes care of him. I hope she won't change.
At saka maganda kasi nagkakaintindihan sila. Parang kayo ni Dad.
Yes, they're both athlete.
Parehong atleta.
Yes.
Hypothetical. One of these months in the next 3-5 years, sasabihin ni EJ, Mami, magpapakasal na ako.
Actually, nagpe-prepare naman na kami ng dad niya eh. Kasi we know he's not young. And life doesn't stop being an
Right.
athlete. There is a life after athlete. This is what we always preach sa mga bata na tinuturuan namin. So yun yung ano namin. We just need to be ready for it and accept where he is. It's better to see how he grows after rather than not. Diba? Mas
Yeah.
magandang makita mo kung ano yung ano niya. Then you can still guide. Yun yung ano. Pero syempre, it's still their decision.
Excited ka, Mami, magkaroon ng apo?
Yes, of course.
Oo. Do you know that you're a honeymoon baby?
Yes, I think
Alam
so.
mo yun?
Yes,
I think so.
Oo. Oo. Nakaka-excite din kasi may kasabihan na iba daw talaga ang apo.
Yun po sabi
Hindi ako
nila.
nagpaparinig sa iyo, ha?
Salamat
Iba daw
po.
talaga yung apo kaysa sa anak. Oo, may mga nagsasabi noon. Pagdating sa pera, sabi nga ni EJ, he handles his own money. Ang ganda nung relasyon na yun.
Kasi,
Hanggang saan ka nakikialam pagdating sa finances?
actually, taga-deposit lang po. Taga-deposit, and if ever he asks me to, oh, this one, bigay natin dito, ito, gagastosin dito, I just jot it down there and give it to him. Para alam niya, it's accountable with that passbook na ito napunta dito. Pero sa kanya yon, ang ano lang namin sa kanya is matuto kung paano siyang palaguin at
Right.
paano siya
Oo.
for his future. Yun lang.
That big controversy happened with PATAFA. That must have been painful.
Really is, did I steal the money or not? If not, then there's nothing, there's nothing.
Nadispalko umano ng top pole vaulter na si EJ Obiena ang 85,000 euros o 4.8 million na kabuang pera na sweldo ng kanyang coach na si Vitaly Petrov.
I also received a letter from PATAFA accusing me of de facto stealing the money intended for Mr. Vitaly Petrov.
Inihayag ni Obiena ang kanyang saloobin sa naging desisyon ng PATAFA na tanggalin siya sa national team. Bagamat malungkot siya sa rekomendasyon ng komite, hindi na rin daw siya nagulat. Handa raw siya humarap sa korte para linisin ang pangalan niya at kanyang pamilya.
2021, because this has something to do with your relationship also with your mother. That big controversy happened with PATAFA. Tapos na ang kwentong ito. Tama?
Yeah.
That chapter of your life deeply hurt you and your family.
Yeah. I
Malalim.
would say. I would say.
Pero I want to know, EJ, now as we talk, have you forgiven the people you think wronged you and your family?
Yeah, I would say. Most of them, I understood in the position that they were in. I get it. It's not something I would take against them. And right now, it's like, it's not even I feel bad or happy or anything. I feel indifferent. I think that's when I can truly say I move on and really
Okay.
put that in my rear view.
Napapag-usapan lang natin because that must have been painful because misappropriation of funds, embezzlement, alala ko ito, I mean, these are the headlines, nagkaroon ng Senate hearings, there were recommendations to file charges against you and your mom. Nag-abono ang nanay mo ng a certain amount, 600,000, dahil nadidelay ang iyong allowance. Ang kinalabasan ay there were recommendations to file charges against your mother. Looking back, how did it affect your relationship with your mother, especially because she was the one involved in that controversy?
Leading up to that, our relationship kind of took a toll, to be honest. Because I was saying, binibenta mo ko eh. Like, because she was working with the federation. And it was
Who was working with the federation?
my mom. My
Okay,
mom.
all right.
So she was working for the federation.
So
she was helping out.
you were mad with mom?
I was angry. I was like, most of the time I was like, I don't wanna deal with this guy. I don't want to. Like, why? Like, her job was kids athletics, which is totally disconnected
Okay.
to my position as an athlete. And she was not hired because she was my mom. She was hired because she's capable to do her job.
The job.
So I keep telling her, you're not my mom in PATAFA. If they want to talk to me, they can call me. They have my number. They have all of this. We had this conversation multiple times because I didn't want na kami yung magbabanggaan. If they ask me of something that I cannot give the federation, then they should ask it directly to me. I remember when that thing blew up, and I was like, what is this money that they're talking about, that this and this? I didn't know that she actually put that 600,000 of her own money.
Hindi niya alam na nag-abono.
Di ko po
Hindi mo alam na nag-abono ang
I didn't
mommy.
know. Yeah, because I was, of course, pushing. It's like, hey, where's the fund? Where's the fund? And all of these. And then I didn't know. And nung nagkataon na, like, we're bookkeeping, and I was like looking at my statements, and she's looking at her statements. I think it was like 3 a.m. I was getting like really frustrated to the point where I said, you know, you might be the reason why I cannot fight this, because I have a smoking gun. Like, I have a lot of
Okay.
things that I can fire, but figuratively, it's like if I fire it, they're within the line of fire, and I kept feeling that I can't express everything that I could.
Because she was there.
Yes, and it's tough kasi she was very loyal to the federation. She was really doing everything that she can. And to see her own friends, per se, really kind of turn against her and use their friendship to really hurt me because they know that I care for my family, it made me pissed, really. I wanted them to pay, but that moment, and it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling,
Yes.
and especially, you know, seeing your faces in headlines with all of this. I didn't even know what is embezzlement. I didn't know what is malversation. When I received that letter, that email, I googled it because I didn't know.
Pero EJ,
Yeah.
alam mo rin ko ng pinanggagalingan ng mami.
Yeah,
Nangutang ako, ginamit ko ang savings ko kasi hindi dumadating ng oras ang allowance ng anak ko.
I knew. I
As
understand
simple
that.
as that. no?
Yeah, but
I know the complications of being attached to or working for the organization, but bottom line, you know what I'm saying? Bottom
I
line there,
understand that. I fully understand it, but I hate to be, not just me, to put our family in that position po. I'm okay with it. I'm fine with it. I understand where she's coming from. I just hope that I knew. Because if I knew that it was her money, then it would have been a different conversation. Because then I would know, okay, you know, it's fine. You know, I'll find my own way.
Okay.
Like, we'll deal with it. Or at least I'll borrow directly to you. You don't need to lend it to the federation. The federation will
Right.
give it to me.
people are saying you were gonna go into mediation, but in the end, kung tama ang aking pagkaalala, inilaban mo because gusto mong malinis ang pangalan mo at ang ng pamilya mo.
Yes po. Just the only thing I hold in this life truly is my reputation, and I wanted that to be clean. I really do, and I know what I did, I know I didn't. And with that po, I gusto po talaga matapos muna kasi we were having already the audit, the COA audit, and all of these things. I'm just waiting for it kasi that's the crux of the problem.
Right.
It's not all of the other angles that was being thrown. It really is, did I steal the money or not? Did I do this, what they're telling me, malversation and embezzlement? Did I do this or not? If not, then there's nothing, you know, there's nothing.
At kasama ang pamilya mo, kasama ang nanay mo sa kwentong ito. And that made it really difficult.
Because they knew where to, you know, really strike where it'll hurt, you know, they knew it.
Yung aming pinag-usapan kanina na kontrobersiya na may kinalaman sa PATAFA na na-involve ka rin, Mami, as a mother, ano ang natutunan mo sa anak mo?
Natutunan ko sa kanya to be strong and to learn to stand.
Oo.
Kasi ako siguro yung isang oo, okay, hanggat kaya, bigay, hanggat kaya, pakisama. Pero doon ko natutunan sa kanya na kailangan mo rin tumayo. Kailangan mo maging firm and mag-decide. Because it's not na sila lang yun dapat na ito yung ibibigay sa'yo, iko-control ka, yung ganun. No. But you have your abilities, you have your talents na pwede mong gawin, hindi pa pwedeng ano ka lang. Kumbaga, stand firm with what you can do and the correct things.
Mami Jeanette, ngayon, and looking back at what had happened, kung magsusorry ka sa anak mo, anong sasabihin mo sa kanya?
Magsasorry siguro ako kasi hindi ko inopen sa kanya. Yung regarding na mas pinahalagahan ko yung kaibigan ko kaysa sa kanya. So, naitago ko sa kanya na ako yung nag-shell out, ako yung nagbigay para itustos sa kanya. That thing that I will tell sorry from what had happened, I've become a more stronger
Tama.
to stand firm for the right.
At naging mas strong din ang inyong relasyon bilang pamilya.
Yes, yes.
Looking back, EJ, pagkatapos ng kontrobersiyang ito, nakatindig ka, nagpatuloy ang buhay, diretsang tanong, what should sports organizations do? What should government do para matulungan kayong mga atleta?
There's a lot of ways that I think athletes can be helped. I think we really need to push for a change in the law that would allow governing bodies to, I'm not saying to control the NSAs, but to implement and enforce that they do what's their responsibility, which is to take care of the athletes, make sure that the athletes are doing what's best, training as much as possible. That's all they need to do. But I think a Magna Carta would be good to
Ang Magna
hopefully
Carta for
athletes. That would give them a platform, give them a gateway where they can also ask for help if need to, and hopefully all these documentation that we have young kids who are part of the national team.
Kalagitnaan din ng kontrobersiyang yon, naalala ko, there were overtures from other countries that if EJ Obiena is interested, he can be a naturalized citizen for another country. Pero pinili mong maging Pilipino, even at the toughest moment of your life. Talk more about it.
There's a lot of offers for sure. It made more sense. Both, career-wise and financially, it made a lot more sense. And I talked to Ate Heidelin, I talked to a lot of people, and there's such a thing that sometimes you need to do what's right. At that time, I knew what's right is I need to stand my ground and really show that, athletes can fight through all these sports politics and win. And I felt that I was in a position where I could do this, and I was blessed enough that I had people really behind me to really help me make the right decision. Therefore, I stick to it. And I think there's a new breed of athletes. These are athletes that are willing to talk. These are athletes that are willing to stand for what they believe in. And I'm very proud to have done that.
Okay, EJ, gaano mo kamahal ang bayang ito?
What makes me me? Kung paano ako lumaki, saan ako lumaki, paano ako pinalaki. That's how I approach life. Those are my guiding values. I might go to another country. It's not gonna be the same. You're not representing your people. There's gonna be a point in your life where you need to stand for what is right, and not necessarily what's best for you, but what is right. the way I motivate myself, the way I approach my training, the way I represented Philippines was definitely, honed by my own. And that's why when I made world number 2, I said, who would have known a kid
Yeah.
from Tondo would be a world number 2? And that strikes something, and it's something that I hope resonates with a lot of people.
We wish you the best.
Thank you.
We wish you the best. And we want to thank you for all the things that you've done for this country by just being the best of who you are.
It's an honor po.
Mananalo ako ng medalya sa 2028 LA Olympics. Magpapakasal ako in the next 5 years. Pogi ako, yes or no, and why? No, we just wanted to ask you a couple of questions. Hindi to fast talk, pero
Okay.
yes or no
Kinabahan
ito.
na naman
Ito,
ako.
yes or no ito, and why?
Okay.
Mananalo ako ng medalya sa 2028 LA Olympics. Yes or no, at bakit?
Yes, because I'm capable of it.
Pogi ako, yes or no, and why? Parang nahirapan ka dun.
No, I guess. Because, I don't know.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, it's weird to say yes to that question, though. It truly is.
Papasok ako ng showbiz, yes or no, and why?
No, it's very hard. I can't do your job, po.
Magpapakasal ako in the next 5 years, yes or no, and why?
Yes, because I think it's time.
Magmamana sa akin ang magiging mga anak ko, yes or no, and why?
Yes, hopefully the good side. Really.
Oo, the good side. I think you have more good side than, by being honest about your flaws and weaknesses, I think makes you strong.
Yeah,
Di ba?
for sure.
Kung halimbawa lamang bigyan ka namin ng pagkakataon, mag-sorry at magpasalamat sa mami mo, how'd you do it?
I think first I'll start siguro, thank you. Maraming salamat. Thank you really for having the patience, being strong, really doing everything that you can to raise us. I know it's hard. I know it was not something that she expected, the challenges that she faced. It's a totally different path that I think she expected growing up. With that, I apologize, or sometimes my emotions get the better of me. I get angry with her sometimes. I get, let's be real. I get rude, and I do apologize for that. I should be better, and I will be better.
If you were to say thank you to your son, anong ipagpapasalamat mo, Mami?
Papasalamat ako sa kanya kasi kahit ganito kami na love and hate, but definitely I know pag mag-isa na siya, pinapakinggan din niya yung sinasabi namin. And I know he learns from it, and I know alam niya kung ano yung dapat niyang gawin with all the people that help him around, who built him who he is right now. I'm very, very thankful. And to the Lord who gave him that wisdom, na makita niya kung ano yung tama, ano yung dapat, para ituwid kung ano man yung maling nagawa namin bilang magulang. So that I would like to thank him for that. And to be one of the, yung tinitingala at ina-idolize ng mga bata, it's one very fulfilling thing for a parent na meron kang ganyang anak na tinitingala ng tao. Lalo na kapag sinasabihan ka with somebody who you didn't know, telling you na, Mommy, you have raised a very good son.
And you have.
And I'm very, very thankful for him because he showed it. It will never be known outside kung hindi siya ganyan. Kung hindi niya na-analyze, naintindihan, at gumawa kung ano yung tama. So, thankful really for everything.
But what a blessing. Just listening to the both of you, You're such a blessing to each other. And by being such, you're a blessing to all of us, witnessing your story.
Salamat.
Thank you.
To your mom, to everybody.
Simple. Thank you. Really. Thank you.
Thank
Maraming salamat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you so much.
Hi, nako.
Oh,
Mami, flowers po.
Thank you so much po.
Salamat.
Salamat.
Salamat. Thank you.
so much.